So this week, you are going to learn how to insert, update, and delete data, and you're also going to complete Milestone 2. So you're going to start by reading Chapter 7 in your book. And this gets into data manipulation commands, DML. And so DML commands affect data. Okay, so you're inserting data into a table, you're removing data, or you're changing the data that's in a table. So you're going to learn all the different commands that you need to accomplish those tasks. And not only do I show you the syntax, but you're going to get to see lots and lots of examples. So make sure you read through here. And then when you do see these interactive links, click on them and play around over on the W3 Schools site. Okay, and once you're done with that, then you're going to come in and do the textbook assignment. The textbook assignment gives you, it's more directive in telling you the different commands that I want you to learn. And so there are multiple tasks. The first one is going to create a table by copying data. This is actually a pretty awesome command because you don't have to retype all of the rows. So it saves you all sorts of time typing. But I've got the commands that you need to execute, the scenarios, and videos showing you how to do everything. Then when you're done with that, you are going to work on your milestone, and this is the second milestone in our term project. There's two parts to this. You should have finished part 1 last week. Part 1 involved creating the database and creating your tables. When you create the tables, you need to specify a primary key, which is a constraint. And then you also needed to specify the foreign keys. And then any additional constraints that you wanted to make sure that the data is accurate. Once you finished all of that, you needed to create indices for your foreign keys. And if there was a column that you envision using a lot in a select, it would be okay to do an index on that as well. This week, you are going to be adding data into those tables that you created, and you're going to be turning everything in. And when I say everything, I need to recreate your tables and the data. So you need to give me scripts for everything. So this particular part of the milestone involves adding the data. And when you add data into the tables, you have to add the data into the tables that don't have any foreign keys, because those tables are not dependent on anything else. So zip code doesn't have foreign keys and products does not have foreign keys. So you can add the data into those two first. Then once you have zip code entered, you can add data into customers. So I would probably do products, then zip code, then customers. And once you have customers, then you could create the payment table, and you can also do the order table, because you'll notice that orders is dependent on customer ID, and so is payments. Once you have orders, you can do items on order. Items on order is dependent on the order ID. So the order has to exist. You have to have an ID. And it's also dependent on the product. Okay, so you need the order ID and the item. Okay, so that has to be done last. So here are some examples of entering data. You will notice that any data that is character has to be in quotes. Okay, and then if it's a number, you can just enter the number and you have commas in between. Now, when you created your primary key, if you added identity as a constraint, that means that it will automatically number. It'll automatically fill in the primary key, and you don't need to type it in here. Okay, so if you specified identity column using the word identity, so you said primary key space identity, then you don't have to fill it in, okay, the number for the key. So you're going to do your tables that don't have foreign keys, and then you'll start entering those tables that have the keys. So once you've got all of the data in your tables, then you have to submit your SQL code. And so this is just a reminder of how to generate scripts in case you don't have the code anymore. Because what I need is the code so that I can recreate not only the database and the tables, but I need the code to put the data into the tables. Okay, that's the only way I know that I can double check to make sure you did everything right. Okay, so that is the milestone that is due this week. Then there is an optional activity for you. It is Industry Night Out. We do these periodically to give our students exposure to how IT is used out in the real world. And our Industry Night Out this Thursday is with TCAPS. And there's more about that up at the top of the course. But it is Thursday, October 14th from 6 to 7:30. You can attend in person or virtually. And if you want to attend virtually, there's information on that. If you want to attend in person, the address information is all in this flyer. So click on the link for the flyer. If you do decide to attend, you can get 10 points extra credit by typing up a little summary of what you learned and submitting it to the Dropbox. Okay, this is totally optional, but if you guys want 10 points extra credit, attend the event and you'll learn a little bit more about IT and get some extra credit while you're doing that. Finally, one more thing we have to do this week is our project showcase. The project showcase is so you can share the project with other people. You're going to create a PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint needs to have a title slide. You need to have your database diagram in the PowerPoint, and this is a diagram of your term project. And then you need a slide that displays each of your tables. So you're going to display the structure and the data that is in the table. Okay, each table should have a separate slide. And then when you're done, you're going to convert it into an MP4. Okay, and so this is how you convert your slideshow to an MP4. The reason you're converting to a video is so you can post it to the discussion forum. Because the discussion forum does not support PowerPoint slides, it supports videos. And it can take a while for this conversion to take place, so you do need to be patient, but it will convert to the video. And once you have the video, then you can put it into the discussion forum. And so these are the directions on how to get it into the discussion forum. Okay, and so I do have an example of the PowerPoint used in this webpage. I also have an example in PDF form, and I have an example of the video that I created. Okay, so this is the grading rubric, what you're going to get points for, and the discussion forum that you need to submit to is right here. Okay, so not only do you have to submit to the forum, you also need to view your classmates' presentations and reply to at least 3 of them. So again, you're going to have to add a new discussion topic. Sorry about my dog, if you can hear him barking. Add a new discussion topic, and you want to upload your video, which is this button here. Okay, you'll have to choose video and browse and then upload to get it up into the system. If you need any help with anything this week, please let me know because I am here to help you. And I look forward to seeing your databases.